From Paint Branch High School in Burtonsville, Maryland, MCTV Sports presents Montgomery County High School football with the Quince Orchard Cougars taking on the Panthers from Paint Branch. I'm Michael Brown alongside Marcus Rosano, and it is no exaggeration, Marcus, that this is a big game here tonight. There's no question. This is the most important high school football game of the season to date. I know it's early October, but this is a heavyweight matchup between two of the very best teams, not only in Montgomery County, but the entire region. Both these teams are ranked in the Washington Post Regional Top 20. So we are going to see some great football tonight.
Michael, it's week 6, but this is the game of the year. Let's talk a little bit about Quince Orchard. They're 4-1. They have one loss, and that's to Bullis, a private school that is loaded with D1 athletes. They've outscored their opponents 233-42, and they've assumed their rightful place, their regular place as a two-time state champion atop the standings in MoCo 4A West region. So Quince Orchard's loaded. They've been here before.
But I tell you what, they have their hands full with a Paint Branch team that comes in here undefeated.
Undefeated, hottest team in the county. Listen to this one. 233 points scored. They've given up 14. Paint Branch, they're 5-0 for a reason. But have they been tested? They're going to be tested tonight against Quince Orchard. So, they're in first place in their MoCo region. That's the 4A North. But tonight is their first test, and over the years, they've gotten to the doorstep, but they haven't been able to knock down the big dogs.
Now, the way these two teams have played so far this season, the numbers they put up on the board, it's no wonder we have so many players here tonight that we're going to be talking about all night long.
Sure. For Quince Orchard, if we're calling Marquez Cooper's number, he's the running back for the Cougars. If we're calling his number, that means the big guys in the trenches for Quince Orchard. That's one of their hallmarks. That's pushing people around. If we're calling Marquez Cooper's number, that means that they're doing really well. But they also got a guy out wide, Brendan McGonigal. He can stretch the defense. He can take the defense deep. He can take a flat and go all the way down for a score. So not only do they have Marquez Cooper, they have Brendan McGonigal, but on the other side of the ball, look out for number 44, Johnny Hodges. Fantastic athlete at linebacker. And in the trenches on the defensive side of the ball, number 52 is Rashad Boogie Thomas. He's a load, and he's going to be a problem for Paint Branch.
But Paint Branch also has playmakers on both sides of the ball.
Norman Douglas Jr., one of the best quarterbacks in the state of Maryland, not just Montgomery. He's thrown for 12 touchdowns. He's rushed for 5 touchdowns, but he can also hand the ball off. And when he hands the ball off, Sam Doku can take it to the house. He's got 5 touchdowns. On defense, you have a guy, Kenny Pride-Toe, number 10. Look out for him. He's going to go sideline to sideline. He's a good run stopper. And then you got a guy coming off the edge, and that's Devron Taylor, and he is a very, very troublesome defensive end for Paint Branch.
And, of course, both these teams have excellent head coaches. We'll be talking a lot about them as the game unfolds. A lot of great plot lines to follow here tonight. We're just about set to get underway. We're coming right back with the kickoff. You're watching Montgomery County High School football on MCTV Sports.
Career success starts at Montgomery College. Get the hands-on education you need for the job you want, and save up to half the cost of attending other colleges. Start your future now at Montgomery College.
And welcome back to Paint Branch High School in Burtonsville, Maryland. Michael Brown alongside Marcus Rosano. And we are just about set to see Paint Branch take the field. This will be quite the scene. Here they come. The Panthers with number 9, Norman Douglas, carrying the Paint Branch flag. And there you see the Panthers. Marcus, they look a little fired up. What do you think?
Yeah, there's not much that can get the blood pumping, the heart racing, like seeing a team race across the field, come over to their home sidelines. This is a big game for Paint Branch. Everybody here knows it. It's a big game for Paint Branch. Quince Orchard, they're sitting over there saying, hey, you know, we've been here before. Can you guys pass the test this year because you couldn't pass the test last year? And quite frankly, we've looked up, we've seen some of these stats. Paint Branch hasn't scored more than 8 points since 2011 against Quince Orchard.
Wow. So the Panthers will, of course, try to change that. There's a good look at Quince Orchard. They are in the white, of course. Paint Branch in the black with the gold numbers. And pretty soon, here comes the color guard out onto the field. Pretty soon we will be having the coin toss. And we will bring you the starters as soon as they do the coin toss, of course. And there is the head coach of Quince Orchard over there. That's John Kelly. And he's in his 5th season. He has an 8.846 winning percentage, 846 winning percentage for the Cougars, Marcus.
And he played football at Montgomery College.
He certainly did. He certainly did. Of course, the Paint Branch head coach, Mike Nesmith, who we'll get a look at in a bit. Mike is in his 12th year at Paint Branch. He has a 692 winning percentage. And, of course, he's a former Quince Orchard assistant coach.
Both these coaches are very familiar with each other, and they are both alumni of Seneca Valley High School. So they go way back. And now we've got a big huddle going on here by Paint Branch. And getting ready for the anthem. Get a good look at the Paint Branch sideline as we prepare for the national anthem.
Thank you. Now please remain standing for the playing of our national anthem.
Before the coin toss, there was a nice moment. It was a moment of silence for a young man at Northwest High School who died tragically this week in a car accident out on 270. So, I mean, this is Montgomery County. This is everybody knows each other. You know, Quince Orchard, Northwest are very close to each other, and that was a nice moment to see, a moment of silence for, you know, a neighboring school.
Yeah, a very tragic accident. You just feel for the family. You really do. So we are out there for the coin toss. The captains for each team are out there. This is a big moment. Out there for Paint Branch, number 71, Jean Germain. Number 9, Norman Douglas. Number 8, Jordan Griffin. And number 5, Sean Harris. And for Quince Orchard, number 41. I'm sorry, is that? No, number 44.
Yeah, we got Johnny Hodges.
That's Johnny
44.
Hodges. His number was partially obscured. Number 70 is Logan Moyer. Number 15 is Marquez Cooper, who we talked about in the pregame, and number 6 is Gerald Wade III.
It looks like Quince Orchard won the toss, and they have elected to receive. That's interesting. I kind of thought that Quince Orchard would want to put Norman Douglas out on the field and say, hey, show us something, and defer for the second half. Let their defense set the tone, but now it's going to be Norman Douglas's turn to set the tone. He hasn't been stopped this year, but he hasn't played Quince Orchard's defense.
That's true. Let's take a look at the starters for the Quince Orchard offense, if we can, as they come out for the kickoff. Number 2 back there for Quince Orchard, Charles Bell, the 6th. There's the starters. Take it away, Marcus.
Go. At quarterback, it's a sophomore, number 14, Brian Plummer. Marquez Cooper, running back. Ryan Jones, fullback. Chris Webb, Brendan McGonigal are wide receivers. Max Bernard, tight end. The O-line, Damian Brunzel at left tackle. Mark Echeverria is a guard. Logan Moyer at center. Thomas DeCastro is the right guard. And Jack Williamson is the right tackle.
And here's the kick. We'll get to the Paint Branch defensive starters when after the kickoff. Here comes the return, and it's a pretty good one. Out over the 30, out to about the 33.
That's Naheem Howell putting Quince Orchard in a pretty nice position out to the 33-yard line.
Let's take a look at the defensive starters for Paint Branch.
We have Sean Harris at linebacker, Jordan Griffin, Wisdom Agbayomi, Kenny Pride-Toe, and Toby Abadoyan at linebacker, and Amadou Diallo at linebacker. Devron Taylor, Wafio Funjang are defensive linemen, and the DBs are Justin Page, Larry Hackey, and Kyrie Len.
And we are all set to get underway. First play from scrimmage. Plummer, the quarterback. And he's got nobody behind him right now.
We've got Plummer coming.
I'm sorry, he does. He's in the eye. There's the give, and Paint Branch stops him.
And this is something that Quince Orchard's going to want to do, is they're going to want to bring everybody. We have single back, 2 wings, and they run the quick dive up the middle.
And they don't gain a thing. So 2nd and 10, ball on the 32.
But we did see the motion from the wing. So what Brian Plummer's going to want to do is, what you're going to see is you're going to see the fake on the dive next time, and maybe he hands it to the wing.
And there's the give to Cooper. He's hit hard, but he does pick up about 4 yards. Marquez Cooper, of course, the leading ball carrier for Quince Orchard this season.
So, Michael, in one of our storylines that we're talking about, when Bullis beat Quince Orchard, they focused on stopping Marquez Cooper. And they wanted the sophomore quarterback, who's big and has a good arm, but they wanted the sophomore quarterback to beat them through the air. And Bullis stopped Cooper, and they stopped Quince Orchard.
And that was tackle there was by Sean Harris. Plummer on the run, throws, completes it out into Paint Branch territory. And that's number 5, Chris Webb.
Nice play call on 3rd and 5. You get the sophomore out of the pocket, safe pass, and Plummer delivers on the mark to Chris Webb.
17-yard pickup on that pass by Plummer. And 1st and 10 inside the Paint Branch 50 on the 47. There's the give to Cooper, and he is stacked up. Might have lost a yard on that one.
Another interesting point we're going to see tonight is when McGonigal splits out wide, are they going to just go single man on McGonigal and again try to stack the box and try to stop the running back Cooper from eating up yards? And McGonigal's dangerous, but Paint Branch has good athletes out wide, so it's interesting to see if they're going to get him one-on-one.
That was a 1 yard gain for Cooper. So he's had a little trouble getting on track. Out of the eye now. Man in motion. There's the pitch to number 15, Cooper. And he picks up good yardage that time. First down. Takes it down to the 30, call it 37.
Took a nice hit. He's only 5'6", 160 he's listed at, but he is a workhorse if they can just churn the ball with him. But he took a nice hit.
37-yard line on a 9-yard run. A good look at Plummer. There's the give to Cooper again, and boy, he had a hole. And he took it all the way down to the 25.
You said it, Michael. They're working that right side, and he did have a hole, and that is what Quince Orchard wants to do. If you look at their size, they are big. They are rough and tumble in the interior, and that is a fantastic hole. We had a tight end kick out the outside linebacker, and that hole was excellent, and Cooper's going to do that all day if they don't bring some more guys down in the box here.
He picked up 11 on that carry. It's first down on the 26. Give to Cooper again. Breaks a tackle, picks up about 5. So they're going up the middle. They've gone just about every which way with Cooper in the early going here. He's got quick little water bug moves.
There's a nice pull from the right guard. Logan Moyer got in on that play.
Picked up another 6. So Cooper well on his way to a good night.
They're using their fullback, Ryan Jones, who's in motion now, is more like an H-back, and he's going to sit right here, and he's going to hit somebody in the mouth here.
Plummer, nice fake, and he lost the ball. Paint Branch picks it up. They're going to say it was down.
I think they're going to call him down. And we have the luxury of replay.
And that's a first down, so Plummer almost lost it, but instead picked up the first down on a 5-yard gain.
That's the first time Plummer's kept the ball, and I think that's a good play. His whole back was down.
He didn't really have that ball tucked away though.
It almost looked like he had a thought that he could have a run-pass option on that play with the ball. I hope he's not carrying the ball like that, if that was a designed run. But it looked like an option as well, and he tucked it under.
Well,
but he's a sophomore.
He's a sophomore.
You don't want to get him shaken up with a turnover.
There's Cooper around the right side, and he's down to the 5, maybe inside the 5.
Another nice hit. Looks like Toby Abadoyan really lit up Cooper, but that's a nice play. It's a safe pitch, and it's getting Cooper out wide.
9-yard pickup, and they're on the 6-yard line. So 2nd and 1 on the 6. 6:48 to go in the first quarter.
In the power I, we got a tight end in motion, and they're going to probably jam it again to Cooper.
And there's a flag. And we've got motion on Quince Orchard. So that'll cost him 5 yards.
Number 76, Jack Williamson for QO, is listed at 6'4", 230. Tom DeCastro's over 200 pounds. Logan Moyer is listed at 220.
They got some big, beefy guys there on the front line. Another give to Cooper, and second effort there. Picked up a couple of extra yards with that effort.
Boy, Critty's Cooper's leg movement, he doesn't stop. He churns for a 160-pound player.
He picked up 4.
It's a big play here, Michael. We got 3rd and 1. If Paint Branch can hold them to a field goal on 3rd and 1, this is a big play.
There's a sneak. That's going to be close.
I think they stopped him.
Yep.
We're going 4th down.
Plummer is stopped on the sneak.
And I'm surprised they're coming out. I'm surprised they're coming out for a field goal, or they're bringing bringing more big uglies in.
Yeah.
I think they're bringing more big uglies. So we're going to go 4th and about a half a yard, and you can see Plummer had a little quick count. As soon as he gets over the center, says pop, and there you go. But not enough.
Here we go. 4th down 1. First big play of the game. And there's a timeout. And there's a timeout on the field. And Marcus, while we have a minute, let's talk a little bit about Montgomery College and why it's such a great place to begin your college education.
Well, first of all, it's affordability. I mean, at Montgomery College, we are always been committed to low tuition costs. Many types of financial aid and scholarships. We have 300 different MC Foundation scholarship opportunities, and it's just a matter of ensuring that every single person in the county has access to higher education. If students are out there listening right now, there are scholarships to be had. Just look them up, and you can save more than 50% on tuition costs coming to Montgomery College than you would at a public 4-year school. And Montgomery College provides $50 million in financial aid each year, and the Montgomery College awards over $6 million in scholarships. So here we are.
All right, we'll give that the college website. Actually, we can do it now because there's a penalty.
Thank you. You bailed me out.
And the website, of course, is montgomerycollege.edu. Oh, /YMC.
/YMC.
I forgot that little part.
And why not MC? All right, now we're in our 4th and inches, and we are going power I, and we have a tight end in motion or wing in motion.
And there's the give to Cooper, and
they might give it to him on the 2nd effort. Oh, actually, you know what, Michael? We had a flag, and that was on the defense, so it was 1st down. It was 1st and goal. Now we're catching back up, and it is 2nd and goal.
We apologize for missing that. We were in the middle of our chat about Montgomery College, and
they brought Johnny Hodges.
We missed that one.
The acclaimed linebacker here, and look at Johnny Hodges wanting to pick his guy up and bring him back.
So it's now 2nd and goal at the 2. There's the give to Cooper, and he's in.
He bounced it outside, and you find the pylon, and he got the corner. With those quick feet, there's not many guys that are going to stop him from turning that corner from 3 yards out.
So Quince Orchard on the board first.
Excellent blocking by number 44, Johnny Hodges. I think he actually got 2 guys on that play.
And they will kick for the extra point. And number 13, Matt Steinwandel, is the kicker for Quince Orchard. And there's the boot. And it's good. So, Quince Orchard scores first in the big game.
And that was a picture-perfect drive. That's 77 yards. And it was one completed pass, and it was smash mouth the rest of the way down the field.
A whole lot of Marquez Cooper on that drive.
And there is
a flag on the play.
We talked about it in the open that if we keep saying Marquez Cooper's name, that's a good thing for Quince Orchard. and he marched the ball down the field and scored the first touchdown.
Look at the Paint Branch bench. And out comes the kicking team for Quince Orchard.
Michael, we talked about a year ago on October 6th, these two teams were basically in the same positions, albeit at Quince Orchard, where Quince Orchard was 4-1, having just fallen to Bullis 42-41, and Paint Branch was coming in here flying high at 5-0. The difference is, last year Quince Orchard had Doc Bonner, one of the best quarterbacks that this area has ever seen, and he scored 41 touchdowns as a Quince Orchard senior last year, and now he's playing quarterback at the Air Force Academy. And this year, you have Norman Douglas Jr. on the other side of the ball, who's a year older and ready. But we're in the same spot. Can Paint Branch not only answer the score that they just got scored on, but can they answer this game?
Steinwaddle's kick picked up on the goal line. Here comes
Max
the return, and that's Max Davis out to about the 25-yard line.
Yes, sir. We talked about Max Davis. He's another flyer.
The penalty on the extra point was on Paint Branch, which is why Quince Orchard was kicking off from the Paint Branch 45. And you look at that drive, and Quince Orchard ate a lot of clock, almost 8 minutes on that drive. So there's only 4:19 left here in the first quarter.
And what's also important about an 8-minute drive, in the first quarter, you feel an 8-minute drive in the fourth quarter.
Let's take a look at the starting lineup for Paint Branch.
Norman Douglas quarterback, Sam Doku and Omar Ramey running backs. Ishmael, I lost it, Michael. Agbazai, Max Davis at wide receiver. Jordan Griffin, tight end. Adrian Palmer, Yes Josie, Jean Germain, Michael Chambers, and Brandon Dillard at offensive line.
And it's Ishmael Aboja.
Backed way up because of the penalty.
There's the give up the middle.
Nice gain from Sam Doku.
And let's take a look at the defensive lineup for Quince Orchard.
Two linebackers, Charles Bell, the 6th, and Johnny Hodges, as we've talked about. Rashad Boogie Thomas, DeJohn Robinson, Kevon Carter, defensive linemen. And your defensive backs, Ronald Dennis Jr., Naheem Howell, Secret Murphy, inside linebacker Gerald Wade III, and two more DBs, Aaron Green and Tadris Baltimore.
Norman Douglas under center. And give to Doku.
I'm surprised Norman Douglas came out right behind center taking snaps as opposed to sitting back in the shotgun.
A lot of the film we saw on him, he was working out of the shotgun. Max Davis just checked in for Sam Doku. And also checking in, number 1, Justin Page.
So we have a 3rd and 2, Michael, and now we're probably going to get Norman's going to go back under center. And 2 tight ends, and that's not something we see often with Paint Branch. And Norman fumbled.
Looks like Paint Branch did recover the fumble. But he got the yard that he needed, it looks like. 2nd down 9. So Paint Branch has got to try to answer here.
So we're at 2nd and 9.
And the clock is, we are darn near the end of the first quarter already. Just 2.5 minutes to go. And now there's another stoppage. And a timeout on the field. So we have a timeout on the field. We'll be right back with more MCPS football on MCTV Sports.
We don't don't all start in the same place, but we all deserve the same chance. Montgomery College graduates, rise up and say, I am MC. If you are the first in your family graduating from college, worked while attending college, are a military veteran, service member, or reservist, education empowers you to make an impact on your life, your family, your community, and the world.
And we are back. 2nd and 9. Paint Branch with the ball on their own 20. There's a handoff up the middle, and he's only going to pick up about 3 yards.
Got Paint Branch taking a page out of the Quince Orchard playbook and playing some smash mouth.
Doku checks back in for Paint Branch. Good look at the Paint Branch huddle.
We've got a 3rd and 6, Michael, and Norman Douglas has completed 37 of 62 passes this year, and I think here he is in the shotgun, and it's time to put the ball up.
Let's see what he can do against this Quince Orchard defense. He's looking, he's had plenty of time, but he overthrew Doku.
Wow, he had all day.
Yeah, they had no pass rush.
And I believe Quince Orchard only rushed 4 and covered everything deep, and it was Doku out of the backfield, and that was about all they had. So it looks like they only rushed 3.
And he just overthrew him. So Paint Branch now back in punt formation. And there's the kick. And it's caught. Oh, it's fumbled. And Paint Branch has recovered.
Wow.
Number 20, Toby Adedoyan.
Huge swing, Michael.
Wow.
Chris Webb muffed the punt. I'm telling you right now, hardest play in football is catching a punt, and Chris Webb knows it. Big play. And now it is Paint Branch's turn to
We've got an injured Panther on the field.
Make pay dirt on this drive.
As they recover the ball on the 45 of Quince Orchard. As number 20, Toby Adedoyan with the recovery. Make that the 46-yard line.
That was a great play by number 13 for Paint Branch. Was Nyamusa Joka, and he was down covering that punt in a hurry. And what I liked about that is when he saw the muffed punt, he actually gave Chris Webb a pop so that he wouldn't be able to get back and cover that fumble.
Great shot of the Paint Branch cheer team there with their fingers crossed, hoping for good things. Great shot. And we'll be, if everything goes according to plan, we'll be interviewing one of the Paint Branch cheerleaders at halftime. So we've got another, I assume this is a timeout on the field. And we'll take a real quick break while the teams are huddling. We'll be right back with more Montgomery County High School sports on MCTV Sports.
We know you have dreams, a great job, a better life. Career success starts at Montgomery College. MC helps you get the hands-on education you need for the job you want. And you can save up to half the cost of attending other colleges. Career success. It's in your future. Start your future now at Montgomery College.
We don't don't all start in the same place, but we all deserve the same chance. Montgomery College graduates, rise up and say, I am MC. If you are the first in your family graduating from college, worked while attending college, are a military veteran, service member, or reservist, education empowers you to make an impact on your life, your family, your community, and the world. We don't all start in the same place, but we all deserve the same chance. Montgomery College graduates, rise up and say, I am MC. If you came to MC to find a new career path, were born in another country, or if you have children, education empowers you to make an impact on your life, your family, your community, and the world.
And we are back at Paint Branch High School in Burtonsville, Maryland. There is a serious injury down on the field of a Paint Branch player. We understand that it's an arm injury, possibly a broken arm. We don't want to speculate any further because we don't want to alarm anyone. But he is getting the best of care. Paramedics are out there, so. We're just in a holding pattern until the young man can be taken care of. So, Marcus, to depart from that for a second, that all sports video that we just saw, how great is that? I mean, it really shows you the breadth of athletic teams that we have at the college.
You know, I don't think we have a signature team or program at the college, which I think is a good thing because our teams are nationally ranked year in and year out. It almost seems like we have volleyball, baseball, basketball, soccer. It's almost like they're competing against each other to see who has the who climbs farthest in the national rankings or who can go undefeated for the longest. And I guess it's a pretty good competition to have.
Well, right now in the fall sports, all three of our teams that are in action are tearing it up, led by the women's volleyball team. They are 21-0. So far this season. That's 21-0.
Unprecedented. And
we're going to take a real quick break again, and we hope all goes well down there on the field with that young man. We will be right back with more Montgomery County High School sports on MCTV Sports.
Why is Montgomery College the place for you? MC is an 18-to-1 student-to-teacher ratio and convenient day, evening, weekend, and online classes. Montgomery College provides academic and career support services to help you reach your goals. MC students come from more than 160 countries. MC has transfer agreements with more than 40 colleges and universities. MC provides career planning services to jumpstart your career. Call or visit us online to make your move today.
Oh, okay.
And welcome back to Paint Branch High School in Burtonsville, Maryland. We are a Paint Branch player, number 13, is still being attended to down on the field. So, Marcus, let's take a moment to talk again about Montgomery College. Let's talk about the unique dual enrollment program that the college offers.
Yeah, this is a great program for high school students that want to get a jump start on college, get a jump start on earning their credits. While you're still in high school, you can earn college credits. Graduate with an associate's degree by the time you graduate high school, and would you believe it, we had 8 students this year from MCPS actually graduate from both MCPS high schools and Montgomery College.
At the same time?
At the same time. Now that is motivation that I could not have dreamed of when I was their age. And we also have a new program, another partnership with Montgomery County Public Schools, and that's the early college program. And what the early college program is offered at the Rockville campus. Students have the option to earn an Associates of Arts in Teaching, Secondary Mathematics, or an Associate of Science Mathematics. You're going to take that degree, you're going to start it in high school, and you're going to be able to finish quickly. You're going to save some money, and I think students' parents will be very happy about that.
So it is a great thing, and those 8 students, boy, my hat is off to them. There's no way I could have done that back in high school. So we are still watching them attend to the injured player.
Yeah, and Michael, I think that was number 13. You mentioned Nyamusa Joka, and he was the chaser on the right side of the Paint Branch punt team, and he made a great play. When Chris Webb fumbled the ball, he kept his momentum and actually hit Chris Webb so that Chris Webb couldn't scramble back to get the ball. Basically, he put himself out there so that his Paint Branch teammates could make that big turnover. So you got to give hats off to that young man. It sounds like it's hey, he's up, and it is Joka.
Yeah.
And
he is up, and he will get in the cart.
But that's a heck of a play by that young man, and he got his team a big turnover in a pivotal matchup tonight.
They have stabilized the arm, and looks. I'll tell you what, for a guy that may well have broken his arm, he looks pretty stoic.
And he's a wide receiver, defensive back, mostly for Paint Branch, a senior.
I'll bet you anything he's talking to his mom. Somebody handed him a phone, and you don't see that every day on a football field. So the cart is about to leave the field, and the teams are back out. They're in formation. We're ready to go. Norman Douglas.
Got great field position for Norman Douglas. Let's see if Coach wants to open this up. But we're still in the power I. We're still seeing Doku in the backfield.
And yeah, Doku is lined up behind Douglas. There's the shift. Man in motion. Douglas to throw. That time he's got pressure, and he is brought down. Charles Bell, the 6th, got to him very quickly.
Gerald Wade, the 3rd, came around that edge. That wasn't good backside protection. This play was coming to our right, and Gerald Wade came from the backside, and that was some serious speed.
So they lost 4 on that one, so it's now 2nd and 14. And Paint Branch has really been unable to get the offense on track. We're under a minute now in the first quarter. They have 0 pass yards so far. And there's a penalty. I would assume delay of game. False start. So now it's 2nd down and 19. They're going the wrong direction.
What a stout middle of that defense you can look at right now with Boogie Thomas, 52, just right over the ball.
Dejon Robinson, 56.
And you got Johnny Hodges, 44, there in the middle.
Charles Bell on the outside. All right, so Douglas in an obvious passing situation. There's the throw. It's deep, and it's picked off. Back at the 15-yard line, number 4, Secret Murphy.
And Michael, it actually looked like Secret Murphy was the intended receiver on that. He had such good coverage. He actually had Max Davis blanketed by over a yard, and he was there to get the overthrown pass.
So
and that didn't fool anybody. That's nothing but a go route. Norman Douglas takes 3 steps back and launches it down the field, and Secret was there to wait for it.
Almost looked like Secret Murphy knew the pass route.
And Max just a little go route, and all you're doing is making 1 step and bolting down the field. And obviously, Secret Murphy can run stride for stride.
9.3 seconds left in the quarter, so Quince Orchard without much time to work with. Plummer. Oh, boy, nice catch back there by.
Cooper saved Cooper saved his sophomore quarterback from a really, really bad turnover, Michael.
Yeah, that would do it. That is the end of the quarter, and we're going to take a quick look at that before we take a break. But, wow, Marquez Cooper with the great one-handed grab of the errant toss from Plummer to save the day for Quince Orchard. And that is the end of the first quarter. Quince Orchard on top, 7-0. We'll be right back with more high school action on MCTV Sports.
One, two, three.
So you don't know what you're gonna do. So many options, but still confused. College degree is on your mind, but where to go, you can't decide. You never know if you never try. So what are you waiting for? It's time to make your move and make your dreams come true. Now is the time to start. No better place for you. So come and be a part of the family here at MC. Come and be a part of the family here at MC. Come and be a part of the family here at MC.
And welcome back to Paint Branch High School. Second quarter underway, 3rd and 5 for Quince Orchard at the 31-yard line. Their own 31-yard line.
Actually, Cooper busted that out for a first down, Michael. So we're at 1st and 10. Cooper had a couple of nice runs there.
So the scoreboard a little bit late with the information. There's a out into the flat, but quick tackle there.
Larry Hackey, cornerback, coming up and making a play. And hey, that's a huge play for Larry Hackey. He misses that tackle, and we could have Chris Webb off to the races.
And that's the second completion of the game for Plummer. Of course, he had a big one on the opening scoring drive.
It looks like Paint Branch is putting one-on-one Kyrie Levin on McGonigal.
There's the give to number 21, Iverson Plowright, if I read that number correctly.
So we're talking.
I'm sorry, make that number 20, Jeremiah White.
We're looking at a 3rd and 9, and McGonigal hasn't been involved yet.
3rd down 8.
23, Kyrie Len was man up on McGonigal last play. It didn't look like he had any safety help over the top, but this is 3rd down, so obviously he's going to put a couple of safeties back.
So here we go. 3rd down, 9. Quince Orchard on top, 7-0. Here comes the pass rush. Oh, Plummer did a nice job of eluding that. He was trapped. And he may have picked up the 1st down.
That was a Houdini play for Brian Plummer, but the defender for Paint Branch, it looks like it was Sean Harris, and I think Sean Harris may have saved a huge gain getting back on Plummer on this play. Watch this play. The number 5, Sean Harris, comes out of nowhere. Huge tackle, because he had a host of blockers too.
Yeah, he had a wall set up.
Fantastic play by Sean Harris, and a heck of a move by an athletic sophomore, Brian Plummer.
9-yard run to pick up the 1st downs. 1st and 10 on the 41 of Quince Orchard. 8:59 to go in the 2nd quarter.
And
there's
we
a flag on the play.
Another false start on Quince Orchard.
So another penalty on Quince Orchard. They'll pace off 5.
Little sloppy. I'm pretty sure Coach Kelly isn't going to be thrilled with what we have with 8:55 left in the 2nd quarter with his Cougars.
Now that's their 2nd false start of the game, and one of the things they do pride themselves on is their discipline, and they obviously trying to avoid penalties as part of that package. So Cooper in the top of the eye. And there's another flag. Waiting for the signal. Never did see the signal for what the penalty was.
And it was it was delay. They gave him a delay of game.
Delay of game.
And backwards the Cougars go.
So they just negated Plummer's nice scramble with back-to-back penalties.
Looking at 1st and 20.
1st and 20, and the ball now back to about the 31-yard line. There's the fake to Cooper. Plummer rolling out, drops it over the middle, and
that's a smart little play by Brian Plummer. Marquez Cooper found a zone in the defense, and you find a hole, you find holes, and Brian Plummer just dumped it out for about a 12-yard gain. But Marquez Cooper found the hole out here, and Brian Plummer just dumps it off.
Picked up 13 on that, which cut into that hole they were in. Now they're at 2nd and 7.
And it looks, and Paint Branch is still daring Plummer to throw the ball. There is no safety.
Here comes the blitz.
We're basically 8 men in the box with 2 guys covered out wide.
Another flag. Another motion on Quince Orchard. So that's 2 penalties in this series, 2 motion penalties in this series, 3 total, 4 for the game, all of the 5-yard variety.
This drive is not a thing of beauty for Quince Orchard.
Not at the moment, but of course it can change very quickly when you have the kind of talent that they have. 2nd and 12. 7:26 to go in the half. There's the pitch to Carr. And he breaks numerous tackles, and he's not going to break that one, but he gets it all the way down to the 20-yard line.
And
Marquez Cooper.
Michael, Paint Branch had this play strung out, and Marquez Cooper, 5'6", finds a little tiny seam, and I thought Paint Branch had played this ball really well on the pitch. They had it played, and he cut it up.
Well, they missed 1, 2, 3, 4, at least 4 tackles before he's finally brought down.
41-yard pickup by Marquez Cooper.
Now you see why he's one of the top ball carriers in the county. There's Ryan Jones.
And that was all Marquez Cooper.
Yeah.
Being 5'6" and 160 pounds, slippery guy, can find those seams.
Picked up 1 on that one. That's a good look at Plummer. Under center. And there's...
I don't think we're getting
And we've got a timeout. Got a timeout on the field. And while we have a moment, let's talk about another great reason to consider Montgomery College, consider attending Montgomery College, and that's the transfer system that we have set up.
You know, Michael, Montgomery College offers more than 100 seamless transfer pathways. You can take a pathway from Montgomery College right to a 4-year school. Get this, our students transfer to 411 4-year colleges and universities in 48 states and Puerto Rico in the last year. Think about that. Come to MC. It's a springboard to a 4-year school. Get your associates, we want you to complete, and then go to a 4-year school, seamless pathway, UMBC, University of Maryland, Towson, UMUC, Salisbury, University of Baltimore, Baltimore County, Maryland Eastern Shore. Use MC as the springboard. Go for your bachelor's degree after you get your associates.
Now we are back in action. 2nd down, 9. And there's the give to Cooper again. What a workhorse.
Yeah, you know, he made that first man miss because that, again, that was a nice play by Paint Branch, had him kind of squared in on the edge, and one little cut. His feet are so quick, and he can make those tiny cuts.
And he picked up 4 on that one. 3rd and 5 from the 15. So Quince Orchard threatening again. They lead 7-0, and we are just over halfway through the 2nd quarter. There's the pass out in the flat, and it's caught.
And that's going to be Chris Webb, Michael, and he's going to try to make up for muffing that punt in the 1st quarter. And that's some nice hands. And you know what? Brian Plummer threw that ball like he meant it. He threw that ball on a dime, and Chris Webb was there to snatch it out of the air for a 1st down on a big 3rd and 5 pass play by Brian Plummer to Chris Webb.
Ball down to the 8 on that 7-yard pass. And they have 1st and goal now from the 8.
Got Johnny Hodges again leading the way.
There's Cooper right up the middle, and he's stacked up. As Paint Branch had that one all plugged up. And he did pick up 2.
Michael, our student section.
Make that 1.
Our student section's really filled up. We got the Red Army across from us. We got the Paint Branch students over here to our right. What a really, really nice evening of football. And it's getting cool, and it feels like football.
It actually feels like October a little bit. So Plummer again under center. Cooper behind him. Hodges in motion. And we got another penalty.
And they were going to push that edge again with Hodges over the tackle.
Another delay of game penalty. So Quince Orchard is piling up the penalties. That's their 6th of the 1st half, all 5 yards. And that puts the ball back on the 12-yard line, so it's 2nd and goal from the 12. So makes it a little tougher.
And, you know, what they are doing is keeping the ball out of Norman Douglas Jr.'s hands.
And there's the fake. Plummer, nice catch by Hodges, one-handed grab. And he gets it down to about the 6.
That was beautiful play action. Watch Brian Plummer stick this ball in his hip and that you kind of he hides the ball from the defense. Savvy play by a sophomore.
And
that ball was tipped at the line by Paint Branch as well.
Hodges stuck that paw up there and pulled it in. So Cooper in motion. The pitch is to Cooper. And he is hemmed in.
Well played by the Paint Branch defense. Big stop. They needed that. Pursuit was fantastic. Nobody was fooling anybody. You're going strong left.
And that's 4th down now. So
Jordan Griffin, I believe, and Devron Taylor. We talked about Devron Taylor.
Oh, yeah.
And Devron Taylor's a beast. He is not only a pass rusher, but he stops the run. That was one of the players that we were going to watch.
Forward progress, however, does give them the ball at the 6. So it is 4th down. Fourth down on the 6-yard line. So let's see what they're going to do. And looks like they will go for it.
I think we're going to kick, Michael.
Nope. Take that back. Does look like a kick.
So we're putting the ball down at the 12, so you add 10. We're at about a 22-yard field goal.
And here comes the kick, and it's blocked. And Paint Branch recovers it. So Paint Branch blocks the kick. They recover the ball, and they will take over. That was a big stop there by the Panthers.
That was a big stop, and Eric Wong, the holder, made a nice play to bring it down.
But there is the young man. We're going to try to pick up his number. It's number 5. That's Sean Harris.
Sean Harris. That was
the second big play.
Second big play for Harris on that drive. So hey, Quince Orchard is giving Paint Branch life after life after life, and here it is, 3:51 left in the second quarter. Quince Orchard has dominated possession, and they're only up 7-0. So Paint Branch should be thrilled, but they need to move the football, and they need to waste some time and score on this drive.
Yeah, they need points. Their defense has played very well. They've been put in some tough situations, but they played very well. Douglas back. He's got to run, and he picks up maybe 2 yards.
Hey, you know what, Michael? That's a coverage sack.
Yeah, definitely.
He took his drop, and that's looks like Charles Bell, the 6th. You just can't give these guys too much time to get in on the quarterback.
He picked up 1. So it's 2nd and 9 now. Clock becoming a factor. 3:20 to go in the first half. Quince Orchard on top. There's the give up the middle, and he finds a little bit of running room. That was number 1, Justin Page. And the ref is down. Justin Page helps him up. Oh, the referee. Looks like he got hit in the leg. And there's an official's timeout.
That was a nice play call.
Picked up 9 on the carry.
Norman Douglas in the shotgun, hands it off to his halfback right up the gut.
And they are taking a timeout, it does appear. So we're going to keep it here while I think the official just needs to
catching his breath.
Catch his breath and get himself together a little bit.
You know, Michael, we met earlier this week with our friends from MocoFootball.com. Montgomery College alum Mike Cornejo is the founder of MocoFootball.com. Now, that is a fantastic website. These are the guys who know everything there is to know about Montgomery County football, and a little short on it'll be about 3rd and about 8 inches, but Mike Cornejo, MC alum, went to Northwest, has an awesome team at mocofootball.com, and we learned a lot. We got great stats from them, and it was really a joy to sit down and really talk football with Mike.
Well, you know what Paint Branch needs right now? They need a pass completion from Norman Douglas, because they have yet to have one in the first half. Did you think we'd be saying that with 3:05 to go in the first half?
That's fantastic Quince Orchard defense. That's Quince Orchard controlling the football. Quince Orchard driving, long drives, running the ball, eating clock, and keeping it out of the hands of an explosive player like Norman Douglas.
Yeah, he's all right. There is a timeout on the field now. We're going to take a real quick break. We'll be right back with more action on MCTV Sports.
Join us for the World of Montgomery Festival at Montgomery College, featuring a rich cultural experience for the entire family with live music, food, crafts, and cultural performances celebrating our county's diverse ethnicities. This free event is made possible by our generous partners and takes place on Sunday, October 21st from noon to 4 p.m. at Montgomery College's Rockville campus. You won't want to miss this.
And welcome back, and there's a good look at the two of us up here as Norman Douglas sneaks it.
Much more interesting action on the field.
Oh, that's for sure. As Norman Douglas does the QB sneak there. And he does pick up the first down. So 3 minutes on the clock.
We haven't heard from Max Davis. We haven't heard from Ishmael Boja.
And we really haven't heard much from Sam Doku. And frankly, Quince Orchard has dominated possession. And there is a timeout on the field as Paint Branch wants to talk this over with 2:46 to go. We're going to take a real quick break. We'll be right back with more action.
We don't all start in the same place, but we all deserve the same chance. Montgomery College graduates rise up and say, I am MC. If you are the first in your family graduating from college, worked while attending college, are a military veteran, service member, or reservist, education empowers you to make an impact on your life, your family, your community, and the world.
And welcome back to Paint Branch High School. There's the snap. Norman Douglas with the ball. He's scrambling. Throws it downfield and it's picked off.
No, almost picked off. Almost
came
picked
out.
off by,
Came out.
Looks like number 11. That's Cameron Garrett. Stepped in front of the receiver. Nice play by Cameron Garrett. Saw that coming a mile away. And again, Norman Douglas Jr. was under siege by the Cougars' front line.
Yeah, he was scrambling from the moment he caught the ball. But this was an ill-advised throw as he tried to hit Doku. And number 11, Cameron Garrett, cut in front and almost picked it off. The ball, the ground actually popped that ball out of there.
So they're gonna dare Norman Douglas to throw the ball over the top.
2nd and 10, he throws again. This time it's complete to Doku. Picked up about 6 yards. Takes it out to the 42. And it'll be 3rd and about 3.
Is that his first completion?
That is his first completion of the game.
Man. I guess Coach Kelly won't be happy with his offense, but his defense has been fantastic.
It really has, as it's just 7-0. Keep in mind what these two teams are averaging.
3rd and 3. Here they come after him again, Michael.
And boy, he got blasted. The ball is They're going to say it's an incomplete pass. I do believe he was in the process of throwing the ball.
Wow, that was
wow.
I don't know what kind of stunt or it was. Somebody on the line of Paint Branch didn't pick up somebody, and it was jailbreak. Well, what they're doing is they're double teaming Boogie Thomas, and that leaves number 88 for Quince Orchard. That's Kevon Carter. Kevon Carter was unblocked.
Yeah.
He came around a little bit of kind of a mini stunt, and two people take Boogie Thomas, and Kevon Carter's wide open for a sack.
And Paint Branch will have to punt with a minute 55 to go in the half. It's 4th and 3. Low snap. He gets it away. Left-footed kick. Fair catch called for on about the 27-yard line by number 5, Chris Webb. So back out on the field is the Paint Branch defense as we get a good look at the Quince Orchard huddle. Brian Plummer, the quarterback, and of course right behind him Marquez Cooper has been his workhorse. Plummer with the fake. There's the pass to a wide open, and he dropped it. He was wide open, and
Max Bernard is going to be seeing that in his nightmares for probably the rest of his life.
That had 6 written all over it, and feel bad for the guy. Great ball fake. Nice throw from Plummer right on the hands, and Max Bernard just couldn't hold on.
Oh, that hurts.
That was a touchdown.
That was a touchdown.
And actually, when you think about it, if he had taken another step, that would have been a fumble.
Oh, there's McGonigal.
And that's in the flat. That's what you were talking about in the pregame, and he almost got the first down.
Yeah, that's a little bubble screen where a guy takes one step off the line and kind of swings back and makes himself available for Plummer. And hopefully a guy, McGonigal, will break a tackle and bust it up the field. A nice defense on Paint Branch.
Picked up 8 on that. Ball in the 36. Here comes Cooper. He's got the first down and more. He's finally driven out of bounds by by Justin Page.
That's a fantastic play call. So we had 3rd and long, Michael, and it was just a quick handoff off the right side, and
Cooper with the quick feet.
It was safe, and it had intentions, and that intention was to pop it off tackle and go.
And he picked up 21 yards. Minute left in the half. Plummer rolling, throwing, and that time Bernard holds on.
There he is, and that's another nice play by Brian Plummer. The sophomore is really looking like a seasoned veteran.
Looked very confident on that rollout and throw.
Nice play action.
Had decent protection. Bernard was wide open. Finally pushed out of bounds there by Justin Page.
Hey, we talked about Paint Branch daring Brian Plummer to beat them, and he's accepting the challenge.
That was a 34-yard completion. They've now got 1st and goal at the 9. Plummer back. And that is a touchdown. And that was a crazy play.
That bounced off of McGonigal.
Chris Webb with the touchdown.
And Chris Webb, again, is redeeming himself. Nice Johnny-on-the-spot play.
Through McGonigal's hands, off the defender, and into the hands of Chris Webb in the end zone for the score. That was a crazy one.
And that's a heartbreaker for Paint Branch's defense.
Boy, that is for sure. But again, the offense put a lot of pressure on him by not putting any points on the board. The kick is good, and it's now 14-0 Quince Orchard with 51 seconds to go in the half. So Paint Branch will have one last opportunity.
To think, Michael, there's 50 seconds left in the first half, and Paint Branch has yet to score. And they've actually yet to move the ball into Quince Orchard territory without a turnover. One of the stats that just jumps out at us is Paint Branch coming into this game has 1,700 yards of total offense, and they've only given up 370. So we talked about the uptick in competition. This was the test. This was, can you answer the bell? You're 5-0, you're the hottest team in the county, you're destroying people, but you haven't played Quince Orchard.
That's right. And they're playing them tonight, and right now it's not looking great for Paint Branch with 51 seconds to go because their offense has just not been able to get on track. And unless they get that fixed, the second half could be a repeat of the first. Their defense has played just admirably. They've really played hard. They've really played well, but they've been put in tough situations. So there's the kick. It's a deep one, and it's out of the end zone. So Paint Branch will get the ball out at their 20.
Pretty impressive by Mr. Steinwandel.
He put a lot of foot into that one, and looking for the flag to see what kind of wind we've got. There's not that much wind out there.
Well, you're down 14-0 with 51 seconds left, and you got 80 yards to go.
They're going to play it safe, wouldn't you think?
Well, you know what? What do you got to lose?
That's true.
I mean, you haven't beaten Quince Orchard in forever. You're losing 15-5 all time, and I think you're right. They're going to hand the ball off.
We can hope, right? And they do.
Oh, well. And Quince Orchard doesn't have any timeouts, so there's no
run.
Yeah, there's no danger of giving them the ball back, or there's no danger of them stopping the clock and getting another shot.
2nd and 4, gain of 6 there by Doku, and we're down to 23 seconds. And there goes Doku with a nice little gain, picks up the first
and a fumble, and Quince Orchard.
And they did. It popped out at the last second. Quince Orchard signaling that they have the ball. Let's see what the officials say. They are the ones that count.
Oh, Quince Orchard came up with it.
They definitely did. Question is, was he down?
The way that Quince Orchard reacted, that was a fumble. The way that they reacted, I think that was a fantastic hit, and the ball came out.
Yeah, it popped out
there
right
it is.
there.
That
oh
is
yeah, that's a fumble.
That's a heck of a hit. What a big break!
But
big break.
They gave it to Paint Branch.
We have the luxury of fantastic Montgomery College television replay.
And that is the end of the half. So, at the end of 24 minutes of play, Quince Orchard on top, 14-0. And Marcus and I will be right back. We have some important messages from Montgomery College, and then we'll be back with a special halftime interview. You're watching MCPS football on MCTV Sports.
Why is Montgomery College the place for you? MC has cutting-edge facilities on campuses in Germantown, Rockville, and Tacoma Park, Silver Spring. Montgomery College has 130 exciting student life and athletics programs. Montgomery College has more than 100 programs of study. MC professors were named Maryland Professor of the Year 9 of the past 12 years. Tuition at MC is up to 50% less than at four-year public colleges and universities. Make your move at Montgomery College.
I enrolled at MC because of all the schools in the area, MC provided me with the best opportunity to secure a future for myself.
I had a lot of IT experience before joining the program, but the program really helped me fill in all the different essentials to really build me up.
One thing that I think separates Montgomery College from others are the faculty, their involvement and their commitment to the students.
I like that almost all of the faculty here that are teaching in the cybersecurity program are working in the field. So they bring what they experience in the field to class.
The cybersecurity lab here at Montgomery College is a completely virtualized environment, very flexible. We host competitions, presentations, demonstrations. This is a great applied learning space.
The cybersecurity lab provides students with the hands-on experience that employers look for. That makes them very competitive in the field.
Now that I'm working at Nauticon, I now realize that I wouldn't have been able to get this job without the help of the cybersecurity program and MC.
The experience I've gained out of being part of the cybersecurity program and of course the cybersecurity club itself have very much been influential upon the way I approach getting a job. The knowledge I received in doing these extracurricular activities have really helped me solidify that this was more than just going to school. This was really a passion of mine. And I think those things and the encouragement and the environment provided by the college really did help me get to where I am today.
I had no intention of going to college because of my family situation. I said, no, there's no way. It's not possible. I cannot make it. But then ACES came and my life changed.
Achieving Collegiate Excellence and Success is a partnership of Montgomery County Public Schools, Montgomery College, and the universities at Shady Grove. ACES provides individualized coaching, scholarship opportunities, and career readiness programming for students who have been historically underrepresented in higher education. Students connect with ACES first in high school. They are often the first in their family to pursue college.
My parents, they're immigrants. They don't really know how the college process works, so they're not in a position to help me, to educate me. So having a program like this is really beneficial to someone who's completely in the dark.
The ACES program allowed me to open more doors and find more abilities that I never knew I had.
Students apply to ACES in 10th grade and participate in 11th and 12th grades. The program provides individualized coaching, college application assistance, college preparation, and transition support. Upon completion of high school, students work towards their associate's degree at Montgomery College. ACES coaches advise on financial aid, scholarship, transfer, and career opportunities. After completion of their associate's degree, students enroll in one of the 9 Maryland universities that offer programs at the universities at Shady Grove. While at USG, ACES students benefit from additional scholarships, leadership initiatives, and transformative internships. ACES coaches work with students every step of the way. The result, a sharp increase in college readiness, degree completion, and professional preparedness.
The ACES program has helped me be this educated, strong, confident woman that, I didn't even dream of becoming.
And welcome back to Paint Branch High School in Burtonsville, Maryland, where the score at halftime is Quince Orchard on top, 14-0 over Paint Branch. And Marcus and I are pleased to welcome in 2 special guests for our halftime show today. We've got Erin Hatcher. Erin is a senior here at Paint Branch High School. She's also on the track and field team, and as you can see, she's also on the cheerleading team. And this is Jeff Sullivan. Jeff is the system-wide athletic director for MCPS, and we thank you both so much for joining us for halftime today.
It's our pleasure.
Thank you for having us.
All right, Jeff, I want to start with you because you told me before the game that Erin was your intern this summer in something called the Summer Rise program for MCPS. Tell us a little bit about Summer Rise.
Summer Rise is a unique opportunity for juniors and seniors in the summer to get a 3-week internship experience. It's backed by Workforce Montgomery, and it's a county-wide initiative that MCPS is a proud partner with. And for the first summer, the MCPS Athletics Unit offered a Summer Rise opportunity, and we were blessed to have Erin as our Summer Rise intern this summer.
So Aaron, it sounds like a valuable experience. Tell us a little bit about what you did, what you learned over the summer.
Well, it was really great. I got to learn a lot of things. I started with learning about gender equality in our athletics. I sat in on meetings and gave the athletes' point of view, which was something new for them. And I even helped proofread the athletic handbook for the year, so it was really cool. It was a really great experience.
Oh, that sounds like a lot of learning and a lot of fun. Very good.
Should be very helpful for whatever career you end up choosing to do.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, real quickly, how much fun have you had being part of the cheerleading team?
I don't even know how to describe it. It's amazing. I love my Panthers. I love my school. The student section and all the support we get from our athletic director is great, and I wouldn't want to be anywhere else.
You've got a good team to root for this year. They're down a little bit this year, but they haven't been down much this year.
I'm still really proud of them.
All right, and they might come back. We hope they come back.
There's 24 minutes to go, right? There's a lot of time left.
Absolutely.
Jeff, I wanted to talk to you about another program that you told me about that you're involved in with MCPS, and that is the RAISE initiative. Tell us a little bit about what that involves.
The RAISE initiative centers around our core values of the MCPS athletics program. So RAISE is the acronym for respect and sportsmanship, academic excellence, integrity and character, spirit and safe competition, and equity and access. And last year we launched our RAISE core values. We have a new logo, and we're using the hashtag #WeRaise on social media to really promote all the wonderful things that athletics bring to support the overall mission of our school system, and that is building our young student athletes into great leaders of tomorrow, like Erin. And Erin and her teammates and the other student athletes participating tonight are indicative of those RAISE core values and the reason why we are here and bringing our community out around athletics, supporting our academic mission.
Yeah, Jeff, Michael and I deal with a lot of our student athletes, and one thing when you're talking about the RAISE initiative, the most important thing is the student comes before the athlete.
Absolutely.
And it's not an athlete-student. One of the things that we really like in our athletes is you better do it in the classroom, do it in life, because you're not going to do it on the courts or the fields if you don't. So it's a great opportunity for these young men and women to really kind of realize what it takes. It's not just football, and it's not just cheer, and it's not just basketball. It's your entire life. So that you can you see this every day. So I'm sure this is an awesome initiative for you.
Absolutely, and it really reestablishes our core, as you said, Marcus. This is why we're here, and to build that leadership and that character. And we own that. We're proud of that, and we're promoting that in every avenue we can.
Well, Jeff, let's switch gears a little bit and
Sure.
talk about the on-the-field stuff. Talk about how things have been going this fall for MCPS athletics. I guess maybe the first thing that comes to mind is the weather has been a real challenge.
The weather certainly has been a challenge. We started with some extreme heat, and then, of course, record-setting rain in September. But again, our outlook, our athletic directors, our coaches, and everyone in our program has been very understanding and has come together. We've gotten all the games in. And this facility at Paint Branch with the artificial turf fields, they have been a saving grace for us this season. I just came from Whitman High School, where we just debuted the new artificial turf field there. So we now have 7, and we've been able to put a lot of games on our artificial turf fields and play on, even though the weather has made our fields rather soggy this fall. But again, our athletic directors and coaches have done a phenomenal job, and our parents and our school administration, everyone has come together. It looks like we finally have a nice stretch of good weather to play some football.
Yeah, and Jeff, you mentioned the facilities here. Paint Branch is fantastic. The field is awesome. Talk a little bit about what goes into the process of getting an artificial turf field. You just don't order it on Amazon, and next thing you know, you have a turf field.
Right.
There is a lot that goes into getting this procured and getting it laid out before we actually go and we play on it.
There is a lot, and there's a lot of people involved, a lot of decision making, and really at the paramount of our list is student athlete safety and making sure that they have a top-notch surface to compete on. So we want their safety and also the playability of the field and something that's going to hold up over time. So a lot of research, and we're fortunate to have the backing of our Board of Education and putting out our superintendent. Our community, we have several partners that have partnered with us to put in the artificial turf fields, and we're very excited about expanding that program. We've got Einstein High School opening in a couple weeks, with Bethesda, Chevy Chase, and Wheaton High School next year. So again, every new field provides more opportunity for our student athletes to compete, so we are excited about that.
Very good. Well, I want to thank you both for joining us for halftime, and I also want to thank you, Jeff, for inviting Montgomery College and Montgomery College Television to help present tonight's game. We really appreciate the opportunity, and we're looking forward to our next joint venture, which is coming up on October 17th, when we'll be out at Damascus High School, when Sherwood travels out there to play one of the biggest volleyball contests of the fall season. So we're looking forward to that as well. So thank you both for joining us, and again, thanks so much for allowing us to be partners with you tonight.
Michael, thank you very much, and Marcus and all of Montgomery College. We're very excited, and I did listen to the telecast on the way over. Sounds on point. You guys are doing a great job.
Well, thank you. Thank you. And folks, stick with us. We are coming right back after a couple of messages from Montgomery College. We'll be ready to start the second half. Once again, coming to you from Paint Branch High School in Burtonsville, Maryland. Quince Orchard on top at the half, 14-0.
Among two-year institutions, this is probably the most prestigious engineering program in the country, a great source of talent for employers in this area.
It's a smaller class, smaller campuses. The professors get a chance to talk to you one-on-one.
Every faculty member that I talked to had a passion for teaching. Every faculty member had a passion for meeting the students where they are and bringing them to a new realization or a new understanding.
Montgomery College is constantly updating curriculum based on industry needs and also the requirements that are changing for accredited degree programs such as engineering.
The facilities at Montgomery College's engineering program are actually a lot better than the facilities of other four-year engineering colleges. The equipment is state-of-the-art industry equipment. This is what you use out in industry. I use it in my job.
Montgomery College has partnerships with several industry partners, and we often help them find qualified students to be interns.
Our program is the largest engineering transfer program in the nation, so our transfer rates are truly amongst the highest.
So it's in a way preparing you to actually go to the university you want to, and that's a great way to start your career.
I was born and raised in Vietnam. I came to the United States in March 2015. I was so excited to start my new life and education here, but I did not realize that starting a new life in a different country where language and culture you could not comprehend would be so difficult.
I grew up in Carroll County near Howard County line. I started out fixing my bike when I was 6, moved on to a little bit of construction with my uncle, grew up around racing, was a firefighter for 6 or 7 years in Carroll County, and then moved into the HVAC industry as a technician.
I graduated from Rockville High School in 2016 and started my formal education at the University of Maryland, College Park. Once I got to the University of Maryland, I realized that it wasn't the educational environment and the experience that I was expecting. So I transferred here to Montgomery College in 2017.
I had a really difficult upbringing. When I was a sophomore in high school, my father was laid off. During my junior year, I missed more school than I attended. I didn't see the importance of education at that time, and I just made some poor choices. I graduated from Northwest High School in 2010. I went to MC initially in 2011 and attended for a year before I joined the U.S. Army. When things kind of went south in the Army and I got injured, I decided to come back to MC.
Every night after class, I had to go over every single lecture so that I have time to look up for the new vocabulary that I did not know before. So basically, I learned English and materials from other courses at the same time.
I probably took 3 classes after high school 2 of which I tried to take in the summertime while working 12-hour night shifts. So didn't go quite as well as I would have hoped for. So, you know, life is very good at throwing curveballs, and I've gotten pretty good at being resilient and try to just keep my head straight and take advantage of every opportunity in front of me.
Coming to MC helped me realize my passion for the sciences, and being immersed in the lab and all these science classes has helped me really realize where I want to be and how I want to help my community. MC's small class sizes have really helped me excel in my science classes and really do well, and also understand the subject enough to support other students.
Being a part of the program gave me a lot of different ways to approach situations, a lot of different experience, problem solving. It's kind of motivated me to try and, if I see someone struggling to learn something from somebody else, if I can interject and maybe help a little bit and try and help them understand it.
And I feel like what MC has done for me in conjunction with what the Army did for me is a good skill set to take to the next level.
MC is a place that I have felt supported. I learned from different cultures, and it is a place that shaped me into the person that I always wanted to be. So I never felt alone in my educational journey at MC because I have the greatest friends and professors.
Every instructor I had was very good, very knowledgeable.
I've never come across a time when a professor or anyone else has held me back from anything. They kind of gave me free rein to be myself, to do what I wanted to do, and they helped me further what strengths I already had, but also helped me to develop new strengths in the process.
My parents came here from India. My dad came about 30 years ago, and my mom about 20. It hurts to know that they kind of struggled and, you know, went through hard times, but it's also encouraging because they did do that for me, and I know that I want to be successful for them, and to you know, have them be proud of me. That would be amazing.
What I would like to do is get involved in the sports industry and get that experience working with sports programs. Unfortunately, for my circumstances, because I was homeless in high school, I never played high school sports, so it's really hard to get into the sports industry. And because I got injured in the Army, I can't pursue sports in college. What I think a business degree will do to help with that is give me some experience where I can contribute in a field that I love. I've always been kind of the belief if you're doing what you love, you never work a day in your life.
My dream is to be a professor of accounting.
I hope to go on to further my education and become a physician assistant so that I may further support my community, and I hope to one day use my education to spread medical education around the world.
Anybody that's hesitant to kind of get into a mechanical trade, it can be very rewarding, and can be very intellectually driving, and it can be very financially rewarding.
The lessons that we have learned from our journey at MC have prepared us well for the next journey.
The most important thing that anyone can have is resiliency, something I've learned throughout my life thus far, and I think that with every bad situation, there's some good to take out of it.
And welcome back to Paint Branch High School in Burtonsville, Maryland. Michael Brown alongside Marcus Rosano. We're just about set to get the second half underway. Quince Orchard leading at the half, 14-0. There's a great look at some of the fans here that are in attendance. Here's some of the highlights. Let's take a look at them, Marcus.
Yeah, Marquez Cooper, they established him early. They established him often, and as you see this, he turned the corner, bounces it outside, takes a hit, 5'6", 160, and he can actually take a lick, and that's what the name of the game was in the first half.
And there's the fumble on the punt, which of course also led to the injury by Naimusa, or the injury to Naimusa Joka.
And that's a big pass from Brian Plummer, who we really like as a sophomore. He is looking like a seasoned veteran. He's got a really nice ball when he comes over the top. He's a tall kid. And then, as we see, their workhorse. And it's funny to say workhorse when the kid's only 160 pounds, but he is. He's the workhorse. And that's Chris Webb. Chris Webb was the one that fumbled on the punt, but he redeemed himself really well.
Great catch there by
Johnny Hodges, the lacrosse player.
There's the blocked field goal.
Quince Orchard was given Paint Branch all the opportunity to get in this game, but Paint Branch really, really couldn't capitalize.
There's the big pass down to Max Bernard, who, of course, we hate to mention this, but dropped a ball earlier that probably would have been a touchdown.
And then that's the Webb, the bounce, and the Johnny on the spot Webb touchdown.
So we've got just about set to start the second half. And we get a good look at a couple of the Panthers there. Number 8 is Jordan Griffin, and number 3 is D'Angelo Ferguson, conferring with the with one of the coaches for Paint Branch. And Quince Orchard will be kicking off. They won the coin toss and elected to receive to start the first half. So they will be kicking to Paint Branch, and I'm sure Paint Branch would really like to put a drive together here.
Yeah.
They need it badly.
They have 50 yards of total offense in the first half, and that is unheard of, and we talked about it, and they're beating teams 69-0 and just destroying teams, but they haven't played Quince Orchard. And Norman Douglas hasn't gotten a pass off to Max Davis.
No, they have kept him bottled up.
And then on the other side, Ishmael Aboje, he's the guy who's averaging 37 yards a reception, so he can take the top off the defense. But Quince Orchard's pressure on Norman Douglas really, really has caused problems for him. And again, we talked about winning the game on the offensive line, and that's what Quince Orchard wants to do. That's what Quince Orchard wants to do to a team like Paint Branch. And so far, 2 things in my mind is taking the ball, driving it down the field with Marquez Cooper, establishing the line of scrimmage. That's what Quince Orchard wanted to do. And the defensive pressure that they're putting on Norman Douglas. They're not giving him time to operate, and they're not giving him time to really create. That's a very athletic and strong front line for Quince Orchard.
All right, you've got Larry Hackey and Max Davis back deep, and Steinwandel with the kick. And it goes to Davis on the near sideline, and pretty nice return out to about the 34-yard line. So Paint Branch with decent field position to start the second half. And we see Doku is back out there, Norman Douglas Jr. out there after the 20-yard return by Max Davis.
And it didn't seem like there was an opportunity to get Doku really involved because Quince Orchard controlled so much of the first half.
Checking in for Paint Branch number 19, Devron Taylor, one of their tight ends.
A year ago, Quince Orchard won this game 39-8 in 2016, 35-0 in 2015, 38-7. So they're keeping it closer than they have in the past.
And we've got a lot of time left, so let's see what Paint Branch came up with in the locker room in the second half. There's Doku, and he is just flat out stopped.
And they went straight I formation, double tight ends, fullback lead, and they give it to the tailback Doku, and he's just stacked up by that staunch defensive line. And
Charles Bell, the sixth there.
Charles Bell, the sixth, is showing well tonight. And then of course you have Boogie Thomas right over the ball. That's not something that makes a center feel very good on a Friday night.
No. Rough way to spend a Friday night. There's Doku, and he's got very little room to run. He maybe picked up a yard.
I think Johnny Hodges a little injured on that play, but he got to the ball so fast. You can see why he's going to the Naval Academy to play lacrosse. What an athlete, and he made Doku turn inside, and exactly what you're supposed to do.
Yeah, he forced it inside.
And Boogie Thomas was there. You're talking about a 235, 240-pound kid coming from the nose tackle position to clean up a wide pitch left.
So it's 3rd and 9. First two plays from scrimmage have netted 1 yard. And there's a timeout on the field, so Paint Branch has called a very quick timeout. And we're going to take a real quick break. We'll be right back with more MCPS football on MCTV Sports.
Why is Montgomery College the place for you? MC is an 18-to-1 student-to-teacher ratio and convenient day, evening, weekend, and online classes. Montgomery College provides academic and career support services to help you reach your goals. MC students come from more than 160 countries. MC has transfer agreements with more than 40 colleges and universities. MC provides career planning services to jumpstart your career. Call or visit us online to make your move today.
And welcome back. And we are waiting for the timeout to finish. So while we have a chance, Marcus, let's talk about a couple of upcoming sporting events on MCTV. We mentioned it at halftime. October 17th, we'll be out at Damascus High School for the volleyball match between Damascus and Sherwood, and we'll get to the other one here after this play. So out of the shotgun now, 3rd and 9, Norman Douglas.
There's 3 wides to Norman Douglas's right, but can he have time to get this ball off?
Good protection so far. Here comes the rush, and he has to tuck it away, and he's going to be short of the first down.
And again, Boogie Thomas broke through the interior of the line, and his buddy Johnny Hodges was right there. So that's basically those 2 studs that we've talked about stopping a 3rd down against a really good athlete.
Douglas picked up 6 on the carry, but that's not enough for the first down. There's Thomas dragging him down from behind. So the Panthers will have to punt with 10:10 to go in the 3rd quarter, which means, of course, Quince Orchard, barring a turnover, will get the ball back. Snap is high, kick is low. It's a bouncer. And pretty decent return out to the 35-yard line. So Quince Orchard will take over 1st and 10 on their own 35.
It's a big statement from the Quince Orchard defense. And again, we keep talking about the interior line for Quince Orchard's defense, but out on the corners, they're covering Max Davis and Abogier, and they're not giving Norman Douglas any room to throw the ball to the wide receivers.
All right, they're back up at the line. Plummer with Marquez Cooper behind him, who had quite the first half. Pitch is to Cooper, and he goes around the left side, but he is knocked down. Number 5, Sean Harris.
I wonder if Coach Kelly's going to let his quarterback in the next couple of years pitch and then go to be a lead blocker. I mean, he didn't get a block, but he was out there.
Nice tackle there by Sean Harris.
That was Sean Harris. Sean Harris is, we've called his name often tonight. That's a good player.
So no gain on first down, 2nd and 10. High formation. Plummer keeps it this time, drops.
Nice
There's
fake.
the pass, and nice catch.
That's a fantastic catch.
And that is Max Bernard, and boy, he is making up for that drop in the first half. That was a beautiful catch.
Brian Plummer really set this up, and Max Bernard coming from that left tight end spot, and kind of ran a post, and Brian Plummer hit him with a little bit of a flutter ball.
Actually allowed Bernard to run under it almost. There's the give to Marquez, and he is down almost to the 20, inside the 25. As Marquez Cooper with another nice pickup.
You know, when you got your cornerbacks like Kyrie Len having to make open field tackles on Marquez Cooper, that doesn't bode well for your defense.
Oh, he got around the line very quickly. The blocking was excellent Chris
Webb was out there stock blocking on the wide side.
There's Cooper again. That time his quick feet, he lost his footing. First time we've seen that tonight. Tried to make a cut, and his feet came out from under him. And no gain, second down. So 2nd and 10. But Quince Orchard down to the 23 now of Paint Branch. Another score here, the way they have bottled up the Paint Branch offense, that's going to make it very, very difficult for the Panthers.
Here's Jeremiah White spelling Marquez Cooper.
He's had a couple of nice carries tonight. Ball's on the 16 now. 3rd down and 4. So big play here for Paint Branch defense.
And Quince Orchard is really taking their time and going. When they get into 3rd and short, that's really what they want.
And there is the give to White again. I'm sorry, to Cooper. And he's got it.
And he tried
then some.
He tried to leap over the Paint Branch defender.
Picked up 8 on that one. And the ball is now on the 9, 1st and goal.
And again, this is where an 8-minute opening drive starts to take its toll on a defense.
And they're doing it again. They're just grinding it down the field. Cooper looking for an opening. And he is stacked up there inside the 5.
Well, you know, watch on this replay, watch Cooper shake and bake to get to the edge because I thought Paint Branch, I thought the defender on the outside was going to get him, but the little shimmy, and then let's get to the edge. There, see you.
And once again, Sean Harris on the tackle. Second and goal on the 3. This time Cooper is stacked up for a loss. As about half the Paint Branch defense led by number 8, Jordan Griffin, led the way.
Sean Harris again in on the tackle. That's good penetration by Paint Branch. It's time for Paint Branch to really pull their socks up and, you know, go head-to-head, hat on hat down here because that's what Quince Orchard wants to do.
And 3rd down.
Everybody's in the box.
There's Cooper, and he is stopped again. This time he might have even lost a little bit. Looks like he lost about a half a yard. So that's going to bring up 4th down. No gain. And looks like it's on about the 4.5-yard line. It comes a couple of substitutions in for the Panthers. Justin Page just checked in.
So we'll have.
And it's a field goal attempt.
15, was it? 20-yard field goal for Stein.
20-yard field goal.
And that's a chip shot for him.
And it's good. So Steinwandel with the field goal to push Quince Orchard's lead now to 17-0 over the Panthers with 5:10 to go in the first half. And
seems to be some wind taken out of the sails of that Paint Branch sideline. I mean, it's 17-0. This is, unfortunately for Paint Branch, is a familiar position for them.
And you know, Marcus, we were talking earlier about the MCPS volleyball game that we're going to be doing coming up on the 17th of October. Well, this coming Tuesday, MCTV Sports will be broadcasting our nationally ranked women's volleyball team, 21-0 on the season, when they take on the Cecil Seahawks Tuesday night at on the Rockville campus. It's Dig Pink Night, which is always a big event for the women's volleyball team, and I'm telling you, This is the finest women's volleyball team I've seen at Montgomery College since I've been there, and I've been covering MC sports now for about 17, 18 years.
And run by a MC alum, former volleyball player, Coach Tori Keno, has a fantastic program that she's really built.
She has done a great job, and there's the kickoff, and Hackey gets it out to about.
Looks like we're going to get a face mask against QO, so that's going to push the ball 15 yards up the field. It'll give him decent field position.
And we're going to see what the call is.
And I think Hackey got his face swiped real quick here.
He practically took his head off. That's
a great replay.
Plus a late hit.
MCTV.
So you had a face mask and a late hit.
And you could actually call the late hit because it would be a dead ball foul, and you can really start marching off some yards. But I'm not sure. Did they call the late hit?
I don't think they did, and they only gave him 5 yards.
Oh.
So they're saying it was incidental.
Yeah.
The face mask. That didn't look incidental to me. But be that as it may, 5:02 left in the third quarter, and there is a penalty. Looks like a motion on the Panthers.
And that looks like Devron Taylor saw a little hop from the QO defender that's right across from him, and unfortunately,
he moved.
The defense can do it. The offense can't.
Larry Hackey checks in. So Norman Douglas, who has really been unable to get on track today. Let's see what he can do.
And they're really letting those 5 guys on the front line, Quince Orchard, control this game.
There's Douglas with the run. That was a designed run, and he picked up nice yardage. And he's tackled by about half the Quince Orchard team.
That's a big gain. That's a smart play. Fake the handoff and find the zone. It's essentially a zone read where you can take off and see that hole open up right in front of his eyes. Keeps it, creates the hole, and off he goes.
And he has not done much of that today, and he is just as dangerous with his legs as he is with his arm.
That's a 20-yard pickup for Douglas.
That's the biggest play they've had from scrimmage today.
Now he's back under center.
I formation. Hands it to the up back. Number 6. Omar Ramey. And ball's on the 43-yard line. And he picked up 4. Second down and 6 for the Panthers.
Time for Paint Branch to get a little hurry up in their step here, Michael.
Yeah, the clock. And there's another stoppage in play, and it is a timeout on the field.
Quince
Orchard called a timeout. And we're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back with more action after this.
Join us for the World of Montgomery Festival at Montgomery College, featuring a rich cultural experience for the entire family with live music, food, crafts, and cultural performances celebrating our county's diverse ethnicities. This free event is made possible by our generous partners and takes place on Sunday, October 21st from noon to 4 p.m. at Montgomery College's Rockville campus. You won't want to miss this.
And we are back at Paint Branch High School in Burtonsville, Maryland. And Paint Branch trying to put something together here. It's second down and about 6. Ball on their own 43-yard line.
And we really need to see him get Max Davis involved.
Give to Doku, and he goes nowhere. Maybe picked up a yard.
they're not able to line it up and hand it off to Doku and get anything through that QO interior line. I mean,
they're just too tough.
They're big, 56, and of course we talked about Boogie Thomas, but I mean, 56 is Dejon Robinson. He goes 245 pounds.
And you got 88 over there, Kayvon Martin. 6'1", 210, very athletic.
And
Aaron Green's been in on a lot of tackles today. There's a quick strike to Doku, and that picks up the first down. That was a good call.
That's a nice play. They pushed him out into the slot because they had Max Davis and the other wideout are man up, and there was nobody there to go head up on Doku. Nice play call. It's basically you're finding a seam because you got straight up man on the outside.
And good look at it, too, by our camera crew.
Now they're dropping the nickel down on the slot. And we got triple wides on the right here.
Man in motion, but it is smelled out by Quince Orchard. They may have picked up a yard.
Yeah, that's I mean, when the guy comes in motion to the short side, Michael, that's given the opportunity for Quince Orchard to just watch this play come right at them.
And Max Davis had nowhere to go. He picked up one yard, and the ball now on the 44-yard line.
And Secret Murphy, number 4 for Quince Orchard, read that like a book, and Max Davis had no chance. But for a cornerback to come up and make that play, that's a nice play by Secret Murphy.
2nd and 8. Give to, I'm sorry, faked me out. Norman Douglas kept it, and he stacked up.
One person who wasn't faked out was number 44, Johnny Hodges.
That's why Johnny's playing.
So you're telling me you would have bought on that fake, Michael?
Oh, I would have bought it like anything. I bought it from up here, and I have a better view than those guys have.
So now we're facing 3rd and long again, exactly what Paint Branch doesn't want.
No, they don't, and this could unleash the hounds. Hodges. There goes Douglas, takes off, and he picks up the first down. That was not a designed run. He just took off. And player down for Quince Orchard, number 32, Stephen Williams. And he's going to come off.
He had fantastic pressure from Dejon Robinson.
Oh, they had that pocket broken down in no time. But Douglas with the quick move up the middle to pick up the first down. That's a big first down for Paint Branch to pick up. And they're getting down into 4-down territory if they're not already.
Sometimes a play has to break down for him to create.
11-yard run on that one. There's a quick strike. Oh! Just could not hold on.
See that short passing game. Here we have a quick another outside bubble screen to the wide receiver because he just can't stand back and he can't wait for Max Davis or a Bogier to run down the field. Has to be quick strikes because of the penetration up front.
Now, granted, had he caught it, there were 3 Quince Orchard Cougars right there ready to send him into Prince George's County.
Triple wides again.
Douglas all by himself back there.
Dangerous.
Uh-oh. There's the pressure, and they bring him down.
And Max.
Johnny Hodges.
Johnny Hodges, it's sort of a delayed blitz. And when you only have 5 guys, when you only have 5 blocking up front, Johnny Hodges is going to see a seam.
He just blew right by the Paint Branch line. 7-yard loss.
And when you're as athletic as Johnny Hodges, you can wait for a seam to open up, and next thing you know, you're in the quarterback's pocket.
Meanwhile, time running out here in the 3rd quarter. We're down to 30 seconds left in the 3rd.
They're going to have a 3rd and 17. This is danger time for that front line.
There's the pass. Oh, into coverage, but actually broken up by Sam Doku as Douglas threw that into coverage.
Yeah, Doku had to play defense.
And that brings up 4th down now. The ball's still back at the 39-yard line.
There's Max Davis. That ball was intended for Max Davis, and Max Davis turned into the defender.
So Paint Branch obviously going for it. They have to.
And number 7, Aaron Green, is still thinking he needed to intercept that pass.
All right, this is a big play. 4th and 17. 18 seconds to go in the 3rd quarter. And there's a stoppage.
You got a delay.
Delay of game on the Panthers. And that walks them back 5 more yards. Now it makes it 4th and 22. And it appears that they're still going to go for it. And for the Panthers, number 26, Alonzo McBride, and also number 9, well, Norman Douglas, back in. Second penalty on this drive for the Panthers. Definitely hurt them. Douglas back to pass, throws it deep, but he overthrows
And
his wide receiver.
we had a single high safety playing deep, and 3 Quince Orchard defenders tracking Max Davis on that play.
So
no real chance to complete a 17-yard 4th down, Michael.
No. So that turns the ball over to Quince Orchard with 12.8 seconds to go in the 3rd quarter. And that was another big stop for the Cougar defense. Plummer back under center. And Cooper with another big pickup.
Yeah, he runs violent, Michael. He runs violent, and he's only 160 pounds, but when he gets hit, he hits back.
He really does. And boy, he picked up big yardage there and that is the end of the 3rd quarter. After that big gain, and so after 3 quarters of play, Quince Orchard on top, 17-0 over Paint Branch. We'll take a quick break, and we'll be back with more MCPS football on MCTV Sports. And we're back to action. Start of the 4th quarter. Quince Orchard on top, 17-0. They have the ball on the Paint Branch 44-yard line, and there's the give to Cooper, and he picks it up. He picks up another 4 yards.
And we're going to continue to see a heavy dose of I formation, turn, hand it off to Marquez Cooper, follow his fullback.
Oh, they're just going to work clock.
Work behind those hogs of Quince Orchard.
And that is a big offensive line.
And that Paint Branch defense has to be beat by this time. The time of possession, we don't have those stats, but
they've had the ball. They've been out there a lot. Cooper stood up, but he keeps driving and ended up picking up a yard or 2.
Nice pursuit by the Panthers.
Panther defense has played very well. They've held this explosive Quince Orchard offense to just 17 points so far, and you know that has to be something that they can bank on for the rest of the season. I think they got to look at that as a positive. Offense has not been able to get on track. 3rd and 4, ball on the 33-yard line. Plummer and, nice tackle right there.
Wow, that's surprising. But they're not putting the playbook away either, so
no.
So throw the ball.
That was an interesting play, and that's makes it 4th down now, and they will punt. Ball on the 41.
Got Johnny Hodges ready to punt.
And he pooches it, going for, and there'll be no return on that one. And it looks like it's down on about the 17-yard line, so.
They'll certainly play field position for the rest of the half, or for the rest of the quarter. 9:50 left in the game.
So Paint Branch with another opportunity to get their offense on track, but because they have had next to no luck. The little drive we saw there in the 3rd quarter, near the end of the 3rd quarter, that's about the best they've moved the ball the entire game.
You know, this will be, if Quince Orchard holds on, this will be the 4th time that Coach Kelly has played against, as the head coach, has played against Paint Branch, and he will be 4-0. They went to state titles in 2016, 2017, lost them both with Doc Bonner under center, but they went to 2 straight state finals under Doc Bonner.
They lost to Wise last year. Here's Douglas, and he might have picked up a yard.
Now that was Gerald Wade. That was Gerald Wade that came in and lowered the boom on Norman Douglas.
Picked up a yard, ball at the 18-yard line.
We talked about Paint Branch wanting to establish themselves as one of the heavyweights in Montgomery. Of course, we have Damascus. Of course, we have Northwest. Seneca Valley is always powerful. They're down this year.
There's Max Davis dropped that one in the flat. He had some space too.
But Paint Branch made the regional title game in 2013, but they've come up short. They've come up short in states. They haven't made a state title appearance, so it's going to happen. This is a fantastic school, and the facilities here are top notch, and Coach Nesmith obviously has something going.
3rd and long here for the Paint Branch. This is a dangerous area to be 3rd and long.
Nice
He's
protection.
Throwing. Great protection. And he just missed Aboja, who was double covered.
Good. It was very, very good coverage.
It's a good ball.
It was a good ball. Ran him a little bit out of bounds, but this was an opportunity for Aboja to come up with a huge catch. And that would have been a great catch. He'd have to kept his foot in bounds.
Keeping the feet in bounds would have been a problem.
But that was a really nice ball by Norman Douglas.
The prettiest pass he's thrown today. And Panthers are punting. And there is going to be a return, but he is hemmed in and brought down at the 50.
Special teams, especially on punt coverage for Paint Branch, has been stellar today.
So Quince Orchard will take over just inside Paint Branch territory. They'll have the ball on the 48-yard line with 8:52 to go in the game. And should they control the ball here, it's going to be very, very tough for Paint Branch. It's been very, very tough for Paint Branch the entire game. And he carries it to the 45. picked up 3 on that one. It'll make it 2nd and 7 as we get a good look at the Quince Orchard huddle.
And Quince Orchard's defense has just been extremely staunch. You have Norman Douglas, who was putting up numbers like a video game. 17 combined touchdowns coming into this game. Paint Branch has a 0. And now you're giving the ball back to Quince Orchard, where they're just going to hammer it like they've been doing since the opening possession.
Yeah, that was White with the last carry. He picked up 3, so it's now 3rd and 5 for Quince Orchard. They're on the Paint Branch 42-yard line. And my guess is they are going to keep it on the ground. There goes Plummer up the middle, and he picks up the first down. That was definitely a designed run.
That was a nice decision by Plummer to keep that, because he could have, with the man in motion, he could have handed it to him, but that's Brian Plummer's option. He sees a hole.
There's
keeps
a flag
the ball
on the play, though. Let's see what the call is. Looks like it's probably against Quince Orchard. Officials are conferring. And let's see what the call is. Motion on Quince Orchard. They've had that a lot tonight.
Well, one thing is for certain, I don't think Coach Kelly is going to take a snapshot of this game and frame it and put it up in his living room.
No.
But
there have been some high points, many high points for Quince Orchard, but
there's been some sloppiness, the penalties.
He's not going to be happy with the penalties, that's for sure. The fumble they had earlier, that was forced by Paint Branch, not so much a mistake by Quince Orchard. There's a nice pass out into the flat. And
I think he got was that?
Yeah, they're calling it complete.
And that's a nice play by McGonigal. He saw the sticks. He knows exactly where he had to be, and Brian Plummer put it down, and there's your first down.
Yep.
He needed to get to the 37, and he got to the 37. Smart senior player.
The clock is definitely Paint Branch's enemy right now. We're now under 7 minutes to go here in the 3rd quarter, and there's a nice run up the middle, and I'll tell you, Marquez Cooper, that kid is tough to bring down.
Well, one thing Coach Kelly might want to frame is the controlling of the offensive and defensive lines by Quince Orchard.
Yeah, his front 7 on both sides of the ball have definitely dominated.
Yeah, and ball security right now is important, because I think Marquez put it on the ground. Oh, he was down. But he was hold the ball with 2 hands, take your lumps, and let the clock run.
Give to Cooper again, straight up the middle, right into a brick wall. Wow. Again, the Paint Branch defense has played quite well. They've been under pressure most of the game.
Like that was a nice play by, looks like number 34. I think we lost. That's one of the players we have a wrong number for, but just filling the gap.
That's Wisdom Agbayomi.
Filling the gap and meeting Marquez Cooper in the hole, and that's a tough linebacker.
Yeah, Wisdom for some reason changed his number from 7 to 34, which is why there's a bit of confusion.
Oh.
And Cooper, I'll tell you, just move after move after move.
If he somehow becomes famous in life, he's going to be on Dancing with the Stars, because his feet are fantastic.
Yeah, a little bit of Barry Sanders there, as our statistician Evan Brown points out. A little bit of Barry Sanders in those moves.
Small steps, quick feet, decisive cuts.
There he is again, hits the wall, but keeps on digging, and he is going to go into the end zone.
And there's the highlight of his game.
Wow, that is the best run of the night for Marquez Cooper. What an effort.
Stopped in the backfield, stops on a dime, changes directions.
Turns.
and hits the Jets.
Spins.
Watch this stop on the dime and change directions. He said, nope, I'm going this way.
And that way. And into the end zone.
And, I mean, he's not a sprinter. He is quick, powerful, and has fantastic feet and balance. And he's strong.
And as a result, it's now 23-0 Quince Orchard, and Steinwandel with the extra point attempt. It's up, and it's good. So Steinwandel with the extra point. That makes it 24-0 Quince Orchard with just over 5 minutes to go in the ball game.
Well, we talked about it, Michael. If we're going to talk about Marquez Cooper, we're probably going to be talking about Quince Orchard controlling the football game, and that's what we're seeing. Grind it out. Brian Plummer has had some. There's Marquez Cooper having a great game. Brian Plummer, when needed.
Man, does he look young. I'll tell you.
I think he's only a junior. Marquez Cooper's a junior.
Yeah, he's a junior, so he might have his driver's license.
And who knows? He could be 5'9", 180 next year.
Yeah.
And we're talking Division I caliber football player.
Yeah, that is. I've been very, very impressed with him tonight, and also very impressed with the front seven on both sides of the ball for Quince Orchard. But I got to say, Paint Branch's defense. They've given up 24 points, but they've been put in some pretty tough situations. They've had a short field to defend on more than one occasion tonight.
Oh, you can see why they've only given up 14 points all season, because at this point, Quince Orchard, who's scoring 40 points a game, is only at 24. They've had to grind it out. So You're right. Credit to Paint Branch.
And nice little return here. Gets it up to close to the 25. Larry Hackey with the return. And I'm gonna wonder something out loud about Larry Hackey. There is a gentleman in the MC Athletic Hall of Fame by the name of George Hackey, and he is from not far from here. So, of course, he played at Montgomery College, played football for Montgomery College. He was a tight end for Montgomery College. So I'm just wondering, it's not a very, that's sort of an unusual last name. Makes you wonder if maybe he's related to George Hackey, who is, as I said, in the MC Athletic Hall of Fame. So Paint Branch back out there. Clock definitely working against them. 4:57 to go in the football game. Quince Orchard in command. Douglas to Hackey. Makes the catch and moves it up close to the 30-yard line. Can't really see because of the players. And they're going to mark it at about the 28.
Our stats guys and our spotters up here. Brady Patton to my right, and a guy you know very well to your left.
Evan Brown.
They're saying 150, over 150 and 2 touchdowns for Marquez Cooper against the Paint Branch defense that is really good.
Yeah.
That's impressive.
Had only given up 2 touchdowns all season long coming into tonight's game, and Marquez Cooper has matched that. There's Douglas, nice run.
Nice run. He saw the rush coming on each side of him, real heavy rush, and saw the opportunity to bust it up.
And watching that run, it's obvious he's got great speed. Love to see him get into the open. I know Paint Branch would love to see him get into the open. They would love to get on the board. They would love, at this point, it's all about avoiding a shutout. So Douglas takes the snap out of the shotgun, and he hits, and it's complete to number 4.
There's
Ishmael Aboja.
And little toe step dance at the sideline.
He got him in, so that's another first down for Paint Branch.
And Quince Orchard right now is just going to keep everything in front.
Ball on the 44, 1st and 10. That was a 12-yard pickup to Aboja.
But we're not going to call it a prevent defense, but you got
Douglas,
7 DBs.
There's a flag, and it looks like, if I had to guess, it could be a hold. That's in that area where you normally see holds called.
At least we're not doing an NFL game. We would have had 7 roughing the passers already, Michael.
And they haven't picked up the flag yet, nor have they told us. Okay, here comes the call. That's a hold. That'll be a 10-yard penalty. So that sends Paint Branch back to their own 43. And they'll have 2nd and a long way.
We talked about Quince Orchard losing to Wise last year in the state title game, and Wise could be the best football team in the state of Maryland. Not that we're looking ahead, but Wise is fantastic again.
There's pass wide open. And that's Hackey again, I believe.
Again, everything in front. Keep everything in front. Don't get beat deep for Quince Orchard, and force Norman Douglas to check down.
Picked up 11 on that, so it's now 2nd and about 11. Douglas back to pass again. Quick one to number 23. That's Kyrie Len.
Way to hold on to the ball. And we have 3 deep safeties. When you're playing 3 deep, like number 3 for Quince Orchard, when that ball gets thrown in front of you, you can make a beeline and really do some damage as a safety when you're coming up and making a hit.
So Douglas picked up 9 with that pass. And Len had to know he was going to get hit.
Oh, yeah, those big hitters love to have you throw the ball in front of them.
There's Doku with the run. He's wide open into the secondary, but he's dragged down there about the 18-yard line.
Some nice downfield blocking, too.
Tackled by Charles Bell, the 6th.
I think we have a personal foul.
So penalty on Paint Branch. So
illegal shift. Illegal shift.
So that gain is negated, and you lose 5 to boot. 3:30 to go in the game. Douglas
Here
back
comes
to pass
Johnny
again.
Hodges.
Hackey, I'm sorry, make that Aboja, and he tiptoes down the sidelines. Nice reception, and they pick up the 1st down. So this is, without a doubt, the best drive they've had all day.
Aboja's working on number 4 for Quince Orchard, again, Secret Murphy.
Douglas was hit when he threw, but had plenty on it. There's the pass into the end zone, and Aboja with the touchdown.
You know,
and that was a great drive.
Secret Murphy, the safety help came over, but it was late, and I'm not sure if Secret Murphy didn't assume the safety help was coming earlier than it did, or he just lost them.
And Douglas threaded the needle there.
That's a nice ball.
That was a real nice ball. Quick pass, and Aboja ran the great route and held on for the touchdown. So Paint Branch does get on the board, which has got to feel good.
Nice pass. Norman Douglas had to put it on Aboja before the safety came over.
And they're going for 2. There's the pass in the flat, but it's.
Yep, Doku actually got it. That's a nice play. Had everybody rub the defense for Quince Orchard up the field a bit, and out came Doku to sit down for the 2-point conversion. And again, Norman Douglas, his arm has come alive.
And Doku picks up the 2-point conversion. So, tell you one thing, there is zero quit in this Paint Branch lineup. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back with the end of the game. You're watching MCTV Sports. And we are back. We just saw a quick promo there for MC's nationally ranked volleyball team. They are in the top 20 in NJCAA D2.
I think we need the hands team out here because it's time for an onside kick.
Yeah, I think we're going to have they're going to try something. And not sure what happened there.
Michael, on that drive, Norman Douglas, 89 total yards between his feet and his arm.
And Aboja with a couple of great catches. That little tiptoe down the sidelines was pretty, and then they came right back on the next play and hit the touchdown. So that was, without a doubt, the best drive of the day by Paint Branch. So here we go.
Tyler Przoki.
And there's the onside kick, and it's interesting. Whoa. Looks like Quince Orchard did come up with it. That was exciting.
Whoever came up with that really, really made a great play because they kicked it. Przoki kicked it through the hands team into no man's lane, and then the race is on.
Right, and the quick Paint Branch guy almost got it.
Little plays like that. Little plays are big plays. And we have 3 timeouts for Paint Branch, so they need to stuff Cooper.
And there's Plummer up the middle again. We saw that play earlier.
That's way too much, especially when Cooper's been churning out yards. If you use your timeout now with 2nd and 3 or 4, that's trouble.
And they did. Paint Branch has called a timeout with 2:55 to go. 24-8. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back with more MCPS football on MCTV Sports.
We don't all start in the same place, but we all deserve the same chance. Montgomery College graduates rise up and say, I am MC. If you are the first in your family graduating from college, worked while attending college, are a military veteran, service member, or reservist, education empowers you to make an impact on your life, your family, your community, and the world.
And we're back to action. 2:55 to go in the ball game. And there is Marquez Cooper yet again.
Luckily on a first down to move the chains, they'll stop the clock, but the referees at this point don't wait forever to get that clock rolling again. So
they do stop the clock. Picked up 4 on that carry. And it's first down and 10 for Quince Orchard.
And the clock keeps ticking.
2:33 to go. There's the give to Cooper again. He's wrapped up. Nice defensive play there.
And that's number 20. We've called his name tonight.
Toby Adedoyan.
You got it. I'm glad you said it because I was coming out with something different.
Toby Adedoyan.
Well, they needed it. They needed
Another
to stop.
timeout.
You have one more timeout. So if they can stop them here on 2nd and 9, they'll force the punt. But you need 2 possessions. So.
And we'll take a real quick break. We'll be right back with the end of the game on MCTV Sports.
Why is Montgomery College the place for you? MC is an 18-to-1 student-to-teacher ratio and convenient day, evening, weekend, and online classes. Montgomery College provides academic and career support services to help you reach your goals. MC students come from more than 160 countries. MC has transfer agreements with more than 40 colleges and universities. MC provides career planning services to jumpstart your career. Call or visit us online to make your move today.
And
we are back to action with 2:18 to go in the ball game. And
Is
Plummer
he
back,
going
long, and he overthrows the intended receiver.
And Coach Nesmith says thank you, former Seneca Valley fellow alum, for giving me that timeout.
So Plummer overthrows, as they were going for 6. McGonigal just couldn't run it down.
So we have 3rd and 11, and all bets are off if they're going to throw the ball 45 yards down the field.
When you're up 24-8 with 2:10 to go.
And trying to kill the clock. All bets are off, but hey, I'm betting that a guy named Cooper's getting the football.
I wouldn't be surprised. That has been the theme of the evening. And he does on the pitch. And he gets around the corner and he picks up the first down.
And he's got to stop the clock for a few seconds, move the chains, and that's going to essentially be the nail in the coffin. But I guess it is fitting because it was Cooper.
Agbayomi with the tackle.
And watch him get the edge, and he's got a host of blockers. I mean, that's just picture perfect. I mean, you start that pitch in grade school, and if you get your horses out in front of you, hat on hat, with a kid like that follows his blockers, that's football at its finest.
And apparently a penalty tacked on. So Quince Orchard threatening to add to their lead here with just 2 minutes to go in the game. Most of the big crowd still here. There's Cooper again. This time he stopped for short gain.
They're going to save their timeout. Well, get a good look at the size of Quince Orchard. I mean, this is a big boy team.
Yeah. Good sized guys, that's for sure.
A perennial power. Athletes come in, they replace athletes. And what doesn't change at all is the fact that they are big and strong up front. And they want to play smash mouth.
There's White on the carry. So just over a minute to go in the game. Ball just inside the 20 on the 19. 3rd down 2 for Quince Orchard. And another run up the middle.
And
for White.
Division titles for these programs. Quince Orchard 2014, 15, 16, 17. So they're going for their 5th straight division title. Paint Branch won their division.
And they are just running out the clock now as they are in the.
This is the V.
Yeah.
Otherwise known as the victory formation.
Yes.
And
that will do it.
That's the icing on the cake for an offense.
As Quince Orchard takes this one 24-8, and they improve now to 5-1 on the season. Paint Branch falls to 5-1 on the season, and Quince Orchard once again comes in here and takes it from the Panthers. So we are going to take a real quick break. We'll be right back with our play of the game and a quick look at the stats. You're watching MCPS football on MCTV Sports.
Know you have dreams, a great job, a better life. Career success starts at Montgomery College. MC helps you get the hands-on education you need for the job you want. And you can save up to half the cost of attending other colleges. Career success. It's in your future. Start your future now at Montgomery College.
We don't all start in the same place, but we all deserve the same chance. Montgomery College graduates rise up and say, I am MC. If you are the first in your family graduating from college, worked while attending college, are a military veteran, service member, or reservist, education empowers you to make an impact on your life, your family, your community, and the world.
And welcome back to Paint Branch High School in Burtonsville, Maryland. Michael Brown alongside Marcus Rosano. Once again, our final score, Quince Orchard coming out on top in dominating fashion, 24-8. We want to show you our play of the game. There are many, many plays, of course, that we could have chosen. But as we get a good look at the victorious Cougars, and here comes our play of the game, sponsored by Montgomery College. And Plummer. Oh, that was the crazy touchdown play.
That was the deflection from McGonigal to Chris Webb, and that was I guess that's insult to injury for Paint Branch, making a nice defensive play only for it to bounce into Chris Webb's hands for a touchdown.
So there's the victorious Cougars as they walk off the field.
And there's our man Marquez Cooper, who was the star of the game. There's no doubting that. He's the star of the game, and the second star of the game, I guess you could say, is the offensive and defensive lines for Quince Orchard.
Yeah, Paint Branch never really got it going until the fourth quarter when they did put together a very nice drive down the field. Norman Douglas Jr. looked very good on that drive. Abosia looked very good on that drive. Larry Hackey looked very good on that drive, but it was too little too late as Quince Orchard just dominated this thing to win it 24-8. You had Harris for Quince Orchard. I'm sorry, for Paint Branch. Who had a block punt, also had 5 tackles.
Yeah, you got to give it to Paint Branch. This is a good team. This is a strong team. This is a team that got beat by Bullis 22-14, and Bullis is a private school, and you can tell why Quince Orchard is legit, but Paint Branch is too. So, if Coach Nesmith can wrap some things up by the time it gets to the playoffs, this will be a team that folks don't want to see on the other side of their little bracket. So give it to Paint Branch. They came out. They played tough. We saw a lot of guys on the interior line that really, really played well. And Norman Douglas didn't have an opportunity to really show his skills because Quince Orchard bottled him up really well. They covered the outsides on Max Davis and Aboje. They covered well their cornerbacks. Great game plan on defense. And, again, Quince Orchard shows that they are the premier program in this rivalry.
And that is for sure. So, once again, our final score, Quince Orchard comes out on top 24-8. Before we go, I do want to thank Heather Podesic and the athletic staff here at Paint Branch for their accommodation and their hospitality. I also want to thank MCPS and system-wide athletic director Jeff Sullivan for helping to make all this possible. And finally, I want to thank the very hard-working crew on MCTV Sports. As always, great job, everybody. So once again, for Marcus Rosano from Paint Branch High School in Burtonsville, Maryland, thanks so much for watching, everyone.